Thank you very much. I didn't realize how important this really was until we opened the lodge in Kaiser. We'd been at another location for a couple years, and to have people be able to walk in and come in and tell me their stories every day about how medical marijuana has saved their lives, their families, it's just miraculous and amazing to me. And it is mind-boggling how a society can be so divided on an issue that is so complex, yet seems so simple in my mind, that this should be a no-brainer for everyone, and that there's so many wonderful possibilities that can happen just by legalizing Measure 80, bringing hemp to the United States, back to the United States. It was here, and we gave it away, literally. So it's time for us to take it back. What I see in our community are several things all the time. People, the fees to be a medical patient are a burden on many, many people today. And you know, I have to constantly say, okay, let's get a plan here. Let's put $25 away in your sock drawer. Next year, this time, you'll have $300. And it's so hard for me to listen to people cry and say, I don't even have the extra. $25 seems so nominal. It's so little. Yet you ask these families who don't have food, can't pay their electric bills, haven't had a job in 3 years. You know, I have people constantly coming and saying, you know, I have to decide between today, do I get my medication or do I get my food? Do I keep my card current? I hear that constantly. My card's going to expire. Do we have a grower who will pay my fees? Do we have a community pot that we put together to help people with their doctor's appointments and whatnot? It should not be that if your card expires and then you get caught with your marijuana, you're now a criminal. And you know, they're making big examples of those of us who get caught. If you let your card expire, and then you get caught, they're making a huge example of you. So the powers that be, I am so frustrated when people say nobody goes to jail for marijuana. That's so not true here. And they're the everyday people. I own 2 businesses in our community, and I have been a cannabis user for years. I've operated my businesses with no flaw. Many of my clients don't even know I use cannabis. I am a cancer survivor. I am a single mother. And I just find it really important to step out on this issue and let people know how much it's going to do for our community. It's not just the money, you know, you still have the option to maintain your patient rights under this program, which I think is phenomenal for those people who can afford the program. There'll be so many benefits for that. But for the people that I see every day that really can't afford it, do we need to make criminals out of them? The other thing I see that is a real problem in our community is doctors failing to sign the card. We always have to go to another doctor. I keep hearing, well, my doctor said I would love to support the program, but the clinic I work at doesn't let me. I would love to support you, but I would no longer have my medical license because they've told us if we sign your card, they won't give us that anymore. I have patients coming in telling me that their doctors have now removed them from all other narcotics solely because they have a medical marijuana card. This is wrong. This is unjust. This is not kind, compassionate, or caring way to take care of our citizens. So, you know, we have places that we can go. It's not a matter of do you have a dispensary or do you have a club. It's a matter of access, safe, clean, access to medicine. No one should have to become a criminal to get their medicine. No one should be behind the Walmart in the Fred Meyer parking lot. Leave that to the other drugs. All right? This is not what we want for our people. And to say to somebody, gosh, you couldn't afford your medical card this year and you had to let it lapse and we busted you with a joint, so now you're going to jail. And it's not so much the jail, but it's the cost of the court. It's the humiliation, the embarrassment, and everything, all the other financial burdens that go along with becoming a criminal over something that you had a card for last month, but you couldn't afford to have a card for this month. Or, gee, my doctor just took me off all of my other narcotics. I have a patient, I can tell you what it does do great. I have at least 6 patients who are no longer on methadone because they use the medical marijuana program. I have 10 people since January that quit smoking cigarettes because they are on the medical marijuana program and they have used that. I constantly, we have 2 new doctors who are actually coming out to visit us to try to have a more open mind because their patients have actually gone back to them and said, yeah, you know why I'm doing so good? Because I've had a card for 3 years and you didn't know it. That's what our patients are starting to tell their doctors. I had to go somewhere else because you couldn't help me. And guess what? They're starting to listen. But we need you. We need you to step up and support it. My father was a narcotics agent. He was a seasoned veteran police officer. He just got the Purple Heart from the city of Salem. He is 79 years old, and he loves my balm to rub on his feet. He went to his doctor, and he said, I'd love you to sign my medical marijuana card. He has a bullet a quarter inch from his spine. He has all kinds of nerve damage in his feet, and his doctor said, we'd like you to try this narcotic for 3 months, and then we'll get back to you on that medical marijuana card. Within about, I'd say about a week, my father had all the symptoms of Alzheimer's. He went to Walmart, forgot where he was, and he wet his pants in public. This is an immense amount of humiliation for myself and my family because one doctor didn't want to give an 80-year-old man a medical marijuana card. This is wrong. It's cruel and unusual punishment to treat our senior citizens like you're 80 years old, we're going to dope you up and sit you in the hallway. You know what? They don't want to be doped up. They want to live their lives. They want to smoke a little medication, eat the medication, take the tincture, and live a full life. They want to play with their grandchildren. They want to go work in the garden. And every day I hear people say to me, Kimberly, thank God for the lodge. Thank God for medical marijuana. More people need to know, and the more you keep talking about it and you keep telling people about it, the more people are going to hear us and are going to listen. Let's not make criminals out of any more patients who can't afford their medicine. Let's make it legal for everybody who is of age, of sound mind, who can make a decision, and let's just let live and let live. And it should be people helping people. Thank you, and God bless you. Please pay it forward.